welcome to Plaid Stallion's Toy Ventures. As I mentioned in previous videos, I have declared October Monster Month. And we're going to talk about the king of the monsters himself, Godzilla, and discuss the very cool Takara Combat Joe Godzilla outfit. The backstory of Combat Joe is almost more interesting than the toy we're going to discuss. Combat Joe is the name for Hasbro's G.I. Joe, which was licensed to Takara in 1971. Unlike what was going on in the United States, Japan had no issue with selling war toys, so the Japanese version of Joe had a very strong military theme, particularly World War II. However, someone at Takara got the bright idea to make costumes for Joe that were based on popular Japanese television shows such as Ultraman. And well, that went over big. And Takara spun the concept off into a new action figure line called Henshin Cyborg, which was a clear, robotic 12-inch character made using the same Combat Joe tooling. To reduce tooling costs, Henshin Cyborg himself would eventually be shrunk down into Microman, or as we called it, Micronauts. Microchange, which was an offshoot of Microman, would later be turned into the Transformers. It's quite the family tree. It's really amazing. However, in 1984, the whole concept went full circle with the launch of this innovative costume. Godzilla was returning to the cinema that year with the cleverly titled Return of Godzilla, or as we know it, Godzilla 1985, and that likely inspired this great bit of merchandise. I still remember all the wonderful hype around Godzilla 1985, at least for me. I was 14, and it really felt awesome. The concept is truly unique. The set includes a 12-inch Combat Joe action figure and a Godzilla costume for you to simulate the making of a Godzilla film, I guess. The suit is made up of the same kind of rubber that you imagine the real Godzilla suit is, with a hard plastic tail and spines that are added on. There is even a zipper on the back that's covered by the spines to get your stuntman figure in and out. I just love that detail. There are two choices of Godzilla heads, the 1964 or Showa era Godzilla and the Heisei era head from Godzilla Returns. For me personally, the Showa Godzilla is the Godzilla of my childhood, so I tend to go with this head. The hands are interchangeable. You have to remove the stuntman's Kung Fu grip hands, which are in a toolbox I cannot find right now, but try and imagine them, and place on Godzilla's claws. You usually do this after the suit is on. The effect is actually quite striking when it's complete. The only drawback is mobility. Once the figure is in the suit, you really can't do much posing. The suit doesn't allow it, and you may have noticed that the actor I have has got one heck of a jiggly body these days, which doesn't help matters. I first heard tell of this toy when I started collecting in the mid-1980s, and I just dreamed of owning such a thing. Mine is loose because I wanted to take him out of the box and display him. At one point in my life, I actually owned a boxed one, but I do this with a lot of Godzilla stuff for some reason. I just prefer it out of the box. The concept was clearly popular enough to inspire toy company Medicom, who licensed the Combat Joe body from Takara and started releasing their own fantasy action figures beginning in the early 1990s, to make their own version. This time they used the 1954 version of Godzilla. It's not a straight reproduction of the Takara concept. The suit no longer has removable heads or hands. Even the stuntman actor figure is distinctly different. Still, it's more affordably priced. A quick scan of eBay revealed many available for $125 to $150 in box. And I know some collectors who actually prefer this version over the original, and that's understandable. Takara themselves would use this concept again in their Microman line of toys in the 2000s, including various forms of Godzilla and even a Gamera suit. I don't have a big Godzilla collection, but I have everything I've ever wanted, and this guy was definitely in my top 5 must-get Godzilla toys. Anyway, that's my look at this very cool toy. Thank you as always for watching. If you're new to this, I hope you'll consider hitting like and subscribe. I do this every week. Tell me what your Grail Godzilla toy is. You can drop me a note in the comments below, or hit me up in our Facebook group Pod Stallions, where this is the kind of important conversations we have. Until next time, take care, be well, and talk toys, not others.